Welcome back to Slam Shenanigans. So today is skid steer tryout day 2. Trying out the Takeuchi TL12V2.
All right. Demo is here. Takeuchi TL12V2. Got a 4-in-1 on it, and I got a buddy's dirt bucket. We're gonna move some dirt this weekend. This is compliments of Tri-West Tractor, Josh and Randy. I'm gonna put their info down below because this is a phenomenal dealer. Told them I was gonna look for a skid steer and I'll look at all of them, but good God, their service is phenomenal. All right, so I gotta start this video off with a huge apology both to Tri-West Tractor and to my entire audience. I lost. Well, I didn't lose. I inadvertently deleted a lot of the clips before I actually saved my video, so I've lost everything. I'm so bummed. I'm sorry, guys. I had probably 45 minutes of Tri-West talking to me, going through the unit, looking at everything, answering questions, really good information. And unfortunately, I lost it all because when I was trying to save my video after I'd edited it, after several days of editing it and a lot of hours, and again, this is all on my phone because I'm not monetized yet. Sorry, guys. Might not have happened if I was on the computer. But anyways, yeah, I didn't have enough memory, so I went back and tried to delete some larger clips that I thought were already in my video or that I didn't need from previous stuff, and they were actually tied to the video, so I totally screwed up. But so we'll just go through this here and try to give you a quick rundown, and I think I have the majority of the second day, and I'll go through a lot of stuff for that. All right, so the still pictures were just the end of the first day, basically, which is this day. And here what you're seeing me do is I have used the 4-in-1 a little bit. The Tri-West guys are gone, and now I'm trying to finish off the very upper portion here where my sawmill is going to go. The Tri-West guys are still there, so they're talking to me about my impressions and seeing how things went. And this is time-lapse, so you won't hear them talking, but the service from these guys was just absolutely phenomenal. I'll talk about that more in the second video. And this was a midstream break, like 45 minutes in, but this is my buddy's bar in his saw shop. This is stuff that I've sawmilled and they finished up. But this is about the Takeuchi, so we're going to talk about it a little bit more here. Hold on. Yeah, so this is me getting used to it. I had about 120 yards piled up ready to go for this thing. So this is me trying to finish off that upper level. The level that I'm traveling on is going to be kind of where I store my equipment, and I'm going to try and extend that out to the left in this view, and you'll see that a lot. So like I said, this is just me trying to try out these skid steers. This is the second one I've ever run. If you watched the last video, the Kubota SVL 97-2 from my buddy, I rented it from him. Got it for almost a day. This one I had for 2 full days, and basically, sorry, I'm kind of flustered, guys, because I can't believe I lost all this video and all this effort, but I had fantastic thoughts going through the first editing. This one, not so much, but basically, there's going to be a lot of rinse and repeat. I'm doing this in lifts, so I'll put, foot and a half down or so. I'll scrape it off, back drag it, and then just kind of compact it. I actually have my compactor there. This is the picture that I was making you watch while I was trying to figure out what I was going to do with this video. But this was pretty much the end of the first night or the first day. And overall, I thought I was slower with the tack at first, but it turns out that I was actually faster. We'll go into that in detail in the second video of this demo. There's the dog Cricket. You got to love her. This was the end of the first day, so I had to do some burn at the end of the day. Again, this video is kind of choppy. That was a huge stump that I pulled out with my excavator. Video is kind of choppy. I apologize for that, but we'll get a little calmed down and much better in the second day of this Takeuchi demo. Again, Tri-West Tractor's fantastic service. Even if I didn't like the unit, I think I would probably go with it just because of the service. If you're looking at buying equipment, that's one of the major factors, as long as the equipment is not just a piece of junk and doesn't perform, which this thing really, really does. The ergonomics I worked through with adjusting the seat a bit, kind of up and down. The Kubota felt a little bit better. The cab, that's what I talked about earlier, is the cab. I think the width was about the same, but in reality, it felt much bigger in the Takeuchi because of the way the control panels were on the left and right. They were lower, so you felt like you had a lot more room. There's actually more leg room in the Kubota, but it was plenty for me. I'm a 5'10", not a super tall guy. But yeah, it was really good. When I first started running the TAC, the seat was real high, and I felt like I was reaching for the controls. It's like they weren't right there. But we played with the seat a bit. Turns out I liked it kind of in between, not super high seat, but kind of in the middle. This is when I first tried to recover this, and I was throwing in a pitch to the bike. I actually went up the hill, took the bike out for a long time. Again, this is real jumpy. I hope if this is your first time here, this doesn't happen often. But boy, was it a doozy when I did. Yeah, and it was a super doozy. So, like I said, I tried to recover these clips, and I threw these other things in here. So, and I ended up just completely keeping whatever video or time lapse was still here that I didn't erase. And I'm just going to voice over through this thing and try to do a better video for you guys on the second day of the TAC. Yeah, it was crazy. So the last section where I was getting dirt from down below the fire pit was, if you saw the Kubota video, I didn't want to do that, so I was actually digging. Everything I moved with the Takeuchi from down there was actually already dug up with my excavator, so I had excavated and piled, and it made short work of it. And I'm still getting a few pieces out of there now. You can see I'm going down there and grabbing all the dirt there and working on this second level. And again, the second level, if I refer to the second level, that's going to be the equipment storage area. And I'll drive through that to the third level, which is basically the bottom of the old pond. That's where I'm getting all this fill dirt from, is the pond dam. And that'll end up being a turnaround area, and I'll go into some details on that because it turned out, even though I wasn't thinking some things down there, it worked out with my wood yard, which is even on a lower level from that. So this is kind of where we got this area. And again, this is, you saw from the fire videos and a couple surveys there, that was the end of the first day. This is the beginning of the second day or whatever. So I think this is Sunday. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. But this is me finishing, grabbing all the dirt down there, coming up and starting to build up this, the second level and extend it out. And again, doing it in lifts. I don't show it on camera, but I also have a compactor that I ran on quite a few of these lifts. This is me grabbing some big rocks out of down there with the excavator because it's just so much easier with the excavator. You can see that was a pretty big rock. Didn't want to do that with, even though it's a demo. I treat everybody's rentals just like they're my own. Whether it's a friend or a company, I treat them very well. So I came in and cleaned these out with my own excavator to make sure I wasn't smacking rocks. This is me just going back up. That's like a temporary little access road to get to that second level from down below. So here I am now. We're feeding it from the bottom and also from the top. I was kind of just making sure that road was safe to go up and down with this. And this, like I said, this is the second day, so I'm getting pretty dang comfortable with this TAC and the backup camera, and the controls are feeling good. And this is where I'm excavating the third level, right? So I'm using this dirt to extend the upper levels and make them bigger to where I can actually utilize them. So if you look at that conics up there, that's what I call the first conics. To the left of it more is the second conics. That's going to be the lean-to, and that will be where we have the equipment storage.
It was so fast on the standard time-lapse setting, so I slowed it down a little bit here. But this is what I'm doing. I'm basically digging out and leveling this pond level, this pond area. Again, this was a pond dam that's made with this crap dirt that doesn't hold water, so basically I decided I'm going to use this so I can make some level, because I live in the Sierras and I have zero level except for what I've made, and level is precious up here. So This is just me moving the dirt. I'm getting a lot more comfortable at watching the backup camera and just kind of looking out my side windows, which it doesn't really look like it here. I widened this out, but there's times where it's pretty sketchy on the edge there, because that to the right is quite a drop off. But as I go, it just gets to be less and less because I'm doing these lifts. You know, I'm kind of moved about 20 yards at a shot. And I found out that I think I can dig and move. Oh gosh, I had it written down. I think I can dig and move 20 yards in about 35 minutes with these two pieces of equipment. So this is coming up on the end of where I finished the first full day with this Takeuchi. And what you're seeing here is I'm looking up at the second level. This is where the equipment parking is going to be. That Conex up there on the left where the dozer's parked is going to be or I'm going to put a lean-to on that, and that'll be my actual equipment parking. So anything with the motor basically is going to go under that for protection from the weather, sun in the winter, or sun in the summer and snow in the winter. So eventually this next 20, 30 feet here, the following day, day 3, I'll do another video, and that'll be where I'll start making this transition, because this will be where I'll drive the trailers in from where the skid steer is parked there and down. So it's got to be a gradual ramp there, not something that's going to have a big breakover and cause trailer tails to drag, or for the gooseneck to hit my bed. So, but this is kind of the end of day 2. I've gotten really, really comfortable with that skid steer, starting to get very, very impressed. Good with my controls, good with the backup. I got the seat adjusted well. Really starting to, this is the end of the first day is kind of where I really started to go, okay, I think I like the TAC better. So this is just the last part here, filling in. So I've almost got it up, and I think I end up going actually around the backside, further away from us coming in at the end here. So I was constantly just feeding it from this end. Yep, there you go. But that is the end, and this is kind of where I left it off. And you can see I'm getting almost 20 feet there. So thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for day 3 and final thoughts.